So another great day. We've had another calf, and this one is going to be number 12, which is very exciting, and it comes from the blonde cow that I always think look very much like rabbits. So sometimes we call her rabbit, sometimes we call her blondie, sometimes we're unsure. Anyway, she has had a gorgeous little heifer. So there she is, a white head and brown. So of course she is still one of our gorgeous bull Nero's little calves. And it seems strange that Nero now has been gone for a while, and still he lives on, which makes me very happy. So to remind you how we've got on this season, of course we've had that disaster. The first one of my black cows, she died with the calf, which was a breech birth. So that was the first one, and that wasn't even in August. That was a month before, which was, it caught us totally unawares because I wasn't expecting that at all. So I wasn't even there watching out, making sure that if there was a problem, I was on hand. And then of course we had the second black one, which produced a beautiful little bull, which we call Griffin. And then of course we have since had the very beautiful, I'm just trying to think, Snowball is what her name was, and she came from Snow White, the black cow with the white belly. And then of course we've had Greedy Gertie's gorgeous little calf, and she does produce wonderful calves, and she's got so much milk, so she's going to make a fantastic mother. And that one, because it was born on the 13th, just a few days ago, we decided to call that Lucky. And now we've got this one, which is very exciting. It is a heifer, but we haven't decided on names yet. And we still have the lovely Florence, who is a Belgian blue. And she, remember, was the beautiful cow that had her dead calf disaster last year, which was tragic. And then, of course, we have got the last remaining black one to give birth. So fingers crossed. It's amazing to think that in less than an hour, this beautiful little calf can already walk. Hello. Hello. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Yes. Hello. Hello. Look at her already walking so confidently. The flies are terrible though. Flies all over the place. And we've had a massive thunderstorm. Not that that will affect her because she's got a thick, thick coat and it's really nice and warm. When I see that, I just... Wildlife is an incredible thing. And here are the rest of those mothers and the expectant ones too, with their calves in the middle. And my lovely rabbit will go and join those probably as soon as the calf is able to walk across the ditch, because there's a bit of a ditch there. It's interesting that these little hooves are so soft. Of course they need to be soft when they're inside the mother's womb. Good girl. Good girl. Who's beautiful? Can you hear the thunder? Yes. Sorry you've got so many flies all over the place. Does that feel nice? Does that feel nice? What about behind the ear? Is that good? Yes. Who's a lovely girl? Who's lovely? It's times like these that we all need to seek shelter, and the cows are in that shed. That's where I'm going. Well, I've made it, but the cows have now felt rather threatened, so they've pushed off over there. Poor things. Oh, what a thunderstorm. 10 minutes later and I'm still here, stuck in this wonderful stable. But I think I'm going to say that my cow calving experience today has been a complete disaster. A bit of a washout, in fact. I am the Newbie Farmer, and I just thought I'd bring you up to date with what's been going on my farm. Well, we've had some calves. You can just see them hiding underneath that massive king oak tree, which I love so much. We've had a few deaths. Unfortunately, one of my cows and its calf, which was a breech birth, which means it came out backwards, both died, which was a disaster, under a tree over here. And we're trying to harvest. I mean, last year was a disaster from the point of trying to get our crops in on time, and we normally plant our crops in the autumn, but it was just too wet. It was too wet for the rape to go in September, and then it just kept on raining, and we never got anything in. And then when it came to January, February, we really thought the window had shut. But just at that last minute, we managed to get our spring crops in. So the whole farm is spring crops. And we've never done that before. Anyway, now's the moment when we should be in that field with the combine harvester, but nothing's happening. The yields are very bad, I hear, on the grapevine, down in the pub. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. And of course, with COVID doing its worst to try and eliminate everybody, we've had to cancel all our weddings this year. So I'm afraid the bank manager is not going to be a happy chicken. And there really isn't a lot of positive news at all. In fact, the only vaguely positive news is that we've got a gorgeous little Jack Russell called Bella, and she is the family's love. We absolutely adore that dog. And of course, my pub, the Griffin Inn, we have been working very hard during lockdown, trying to stay open, trying to provide a service for all our punters, and we've managed to do that. We've stayed open this whole time, from the very beginning in the 22nd of March, and we have produced very good takeaway food, fish and chips, curries, all sorts of goodies. And then I came across the idea that really, while the weather was beautiful, that we ought to open the grounds at Erdham Hall to the public so that everybody could buy their takeaway meal and eat it around the lake or inside our wedding venue or even inside the beautiful wall garden where we planted all our geraniums, and it's looking magnificent, and unfortunately no one's going to see it. So there's been very few positives, but we are at least still here. Well, it looks like the rain stopped. I'm going to make a break for it if I can get back without slipping over. Unfortunately, it has been a bit of a disaster, and I'm going home. I've had enough of farming today.